I am Mika Alloyd C. Escosio.
I am Trixie C. Alcantara.
I am Joanne S. Bulaton.
I am Clarissa May Quintabia.
I am Blazin D. Mislang.
I am Santa Lourdes A. Perez.
I am Diana Rose T. Ramos.
I am Camila O. Soriano.
With every step we take on this journey,
It leads the way
into the heart of education. Indeed, grading and reporting systems are vital components of the teaching and learning process as it allows teachers to track and measure their students' progress. This too can play a significant role in assisting schools in developing a culture of high standards and nurturing support. This video is associated with and focuses on the fifth domain in the Philippine Professional Standards for teachers, the domain 5, assessments and reporting. The domain 5 relates to the processes associated with a variety of assessment tools and the strategies used by teachers in monitoring, evaluating, documenting, and reporting learners' needs, progress, and achievement. This domain concerns the use of assessment data in a variety of ways to inform and enhance also the teaching and learning process and programs. Also, it concerns teaching, providing learners with the necessary feedbacks about learning outcomes. This feedback informs the reporting cycle and enables teachers to select, organize, and use sound assessment processes.
grading and reporting are critical components of the educational system. The goal of the grading system is to provide feedback to students so that they may take control of their learning, as well as to provide information to all those who support these students, such as instructors, special educators, parents, and others. A reporting system, on the other hand, serves to communicate students' achievement to families, post-secondary institutions, and employers. Above all, these systems must convey and communicate clear information about the skills a student has mastered or the areas where they need more support or practice.
When we refer to a grading system, we mean a system used by educators in a certain institution to evaluate each individual student's performance and learning. Grading can be in a form of letters grade, percentage, and even a simple pass or fail. Grades can also be attached to physical activities like writing assignment, lab work, projects, reporting, and tests.
In the Philippines, the K-12 Basic Education Program utilizes the competency-based grading assessment system. Curriculum manuals have outlined the guidelines of this system, which means that the schools have adopted this new DepEd grading system. In this system, students' grades are accomplished by their weighted raw scores in collective assessments. However, the passing grade for each subject is 60. These 60 marks are mentioned on the report card by converting to 75. So the recommended minimum score for quarterly grades and final grades is 60.
To supplement DepEd Order Number 12 Series of 2020 titled Adoption of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan or BEE-EGE for school year 2020-2021 in light of the COVID-19 pandemic, DepEd Order Number 31 Series of 20 titled Interim Policy Guidelines for Assessment and Grading in light of the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan discusses guidance on the assessment and student learning and on the grading scheme to be adopted this school year, which is still basically anchored on DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2015 titled Policy Guidelines on Classroom Assessment for the K-12 Basic Education Program.
Meaning under Department Order Number 8, Series 2015, effective school year 2015-2016, the Department of Education or DepEd will follow a new competency-based grading system for K-12 Basic Education Program. Compared to the former grading system, the latest will utilize the fewer grading system components and a new transmutation table.
Under this order, all the written works, performance tests, and quarterly assessment scores of students from grade 1 to 12 will be based off their summative assessment results. These three have a specific percentage weight that vary based on the nature of the learning area.
The following tables are the weight distribution of the summative assessment components per learning area for grade 1
to 10 and senior high school before the pandemic under DepEd Order Number 8 Series of 2015. In Table 1, under Grade 1 to 10, written works had a weight of 30% in the learning area of language, AP, and ESP. In the learning area of science and math, written works had a weight distribution of 40%, and lastly, in MAPE, EPP, and TLE, the weight distribution is 20%. In terms of performance tasks, language, AP, and ESP had a weight distribution of 50, while science, math had a weight of 40%. And lastly, MAPE, EPP, and TLE had a weight distribution of 20. In quarterly assessment, all learning area of subjects had a weight distribution of 20%. The grading system for senior high school before the pandemic follows a different set of weights for each component. Table 2% the weight for the score and track subject.
The summary of learner progress is shown quarterly to parents and guardians through a parent-teacher conference, in which the report card is discussed through the applicable platform. The grading scale with its corresponding descriptors is being flashed in the screen. Remarks are given at the end of the grade level. Let's proceed to the following tables containing the weight distribution of the summative assessment components per learning area for grade 1 to 10 and senior high school after the pandemic under DepEd Order Number 31 Series of 2020.
Below are some changes in the weights of the assessment components for grade 1 to 10. In Table 1, under written works, the learning area of languages, AP, ESP had a weight of 40%, while in science and math, the weight distribution is 50%. Lastly, in MAPE, EPP, and TLE, the weight distribution is 20%. In category of performance tasks, languages, AP, and ESP had a weight distribution of 60%, followed by science and math with a weight distribution of 50%, and lastly, under MAPE, EPP, TLE, its weight is 30%. The quarterly assessment in this grading system was not included. The grading system for senior high school had same format as grade 1 to 10 because the quarterly assessment was also not included. The following tables represents the weights of the core and track subjects.
In accordance with DepEd Order Number 8 Series of 2015 known as Policy Guidelines for Basic Classroom Assessment, the K-12 Basic Education Program, the Department of Education allows teachers to compute grades using the electronic class record. Aside from the stress and tension that comes with manually calculating grades, an electronic class record in Excel format will allow for a high level of precision in calculating the learner's grade. Furthermore, using an electronic class record can reduce the amount of time teachers spend on manually grade computation. This allows them to effortlessly complete all of the tasks that have been assigned to them.
Showing the e-class record, which is formatted by using a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet file document, gives the teachers an important grading information and evaluations on which class recording of grades are now more reliable and efficient.
Throughout the school year, all teachers are obliged to submit reports. These reports comprise the majority of schools and students' data and such as class records, IPCRFs, and other documents. Aside from grade computation, one of the documents that must be completed and updated is the school forms. This is done to ensure the quality and consistency of learner information and to make it easier for teachers to consolidate the data for the entire school year.
The following are the list of DepEd school forms that needs to accomplish. First, School Form 1, also known as School Register. Basically, this contains the list of learners who are officially enrolled and attending classes. This form shall be accomplished before the beginning of school year.
Second, School Form 2, also known as Daily Attendance Report of Learners. It contains the list of the learners' daily attendance. Accomplishment of School Form 2 is one important tool in monitoring the status of learners to immediately provide intervention or action for those learners who will be identified as at risk of dropping out. This form shall be accomplished every end of the month.
Next is the School Form 3 known as Books Issued and Returned. These are list of books and other reading materials issued to the learners and returned to the issuing authority. School Form 5, also known as Report on Promotion and Level of Proficiency, are a list of the learner's academic performance and result of assessment by the end of the school year.
On the other hand, School Form 8, also known as Learner's Basic Health and Nutrition Report, consists of a record of the learner's health and nutritional assessment.
School Form 9, also known as Progress Report Card, is what we formerly know as Form 138. Consists of a student's academic grade for each subject or each of the 4 grading terms, attendance, and observed values.
And lastly, the School Form 10, also known as Learner's Permanent Academic Record, formerly called as Form 137. These are the official record of an individual learner's academic achievement as he or she progresses through the basic education cycle.
All DepEd accredited schools are required to update their school forms at the end of the school year in order to offer a reliable assurance method for students' information, assure the timeliness and quality of school reports, and save resources spent on record management.
In the realm of education, the completion of various school forms and reports is a routine and essential administrative task. These forms encompasses a wide range of documents, from attendance records and academic reports. The completion of different school forms is a critical and necessary aspect of the educational process. These forms play a pivotal role in data collection, compliance with the regulations, assessment, accountability, transparency, historical record keeping, and resource allocation. By diligently accomplishing these forms, educational institutions can uphold their standards, improve decision-making, and better serve their students, teachers, and the broader community.